Okay, so I run a birth control clinic over the summer. Excuse me. I run a day camp over the summer. It's 200 kids, all ages 6 to 12. All of them have some version of ADD now, you know. And they didn't have ADD when I was a kid, right? Did they have ADD when we were kids? No. You were just a dumbass. Hey, why is Dustin in the back of the room banging his head against the wall? Oh, he's a dumbass. Oh, okay. Does his family know? Yeah, his mom told us. Okay. So no, now everybody's got ADD, or some version of it, ADHD, which is ADD in high def. You know? And really clearly attention. Whoa, hey! Okay, interesting. You can really clearly see the attention deficit. Good, just cut that together. Anyway, so yeah, I run this day camp, and for some reason, somehow, I wound up getting along with the oldest group of girls the best. And I don't know how that happened because they're really not nice people, you know. I don't know if any of you know a 12-year-old girl out there, but they're really, you know, they're not the nicest people to get along with. But I figured out why, you know, and it's because at that age, they're fueled by cliques and ridicule. And I make a really good target. Okay, and Mr. Dustin's got a gorilla chest. I'm Italian. It's a sign of virility. Mr. Dustin's got girly eyes. I have long eyelashes. I can't help it. Some people find it quite pretty. Mr. Dustin's girlfriend dumped him because he's getting too fat. Well, at least my parents love me enough to not get divorced. You know, just... yeah. So, I thought it, okay, I thought it. And we're not supposed to say this, but, you know, I have my favorites, okay, and little Clara was one of them, okay, was probably my favorite. I let her get away with a little bit more than I should. You probably all, you know, you can picture this, like a little sister kind of thing, you know, and probably because, quite honestly, she amused me and gave me attention, and I was a pretty insecure 25-year-old, so, but that's a story for another day. You know, she'd jump up and grab my visor off my head, or take the keys to my car, and one time she got my cell phone out of my pocket, and then that Saturday night at 9 o'clock decided from her cell phone she was going to call me, and that's when I realized, okay, I may have let this get a little too out of hand, if that's the kind of thing you think you can just do to the camp director with impunity. So anyway, that's my relationship with Clara. Now, Clara is in Miss Stephanie's group. Miss Stephanie and I, because of a nice little mix of 80s karaoke and Similac, had earlier in the summer kind of hooked up, and started accidentally dating. I had just gone through a harassment seminar, and I had the certificate of which, you know, hanging up on my corkboard, signed by my boss, Jeff, staring at me every day, just exploiting my lie, like, I know what you're doing. And anyway, so we're out at Snack one day, and Clara's razzing me about something, like, oh my God, that's a huge iPod, how many songs does it hold? 17. It's a CD player, you dumbass. So. But, you know, picking on me about my girlfriend that just dumped me, like, hey, you should go out with Miss Stephanie. What? Oh, Stephanie, girls are gross. And just then, Stephanie walks by, hey, Mr. Dustin. And to this day, I swear to God, all I said was, hey, you know, nothing knowingly different than any other time I've said it, not, you know, more sultry or sexy or anything, hey, you know, hey, you know, just a little, hey, and she just gets this look in her eye, like she saw something, like, oh my God, you're going out with Miss Stephanie. Okay, so I start to panic. I'm like, okay, I can't have this affair broadcast to the entire camp by this 12-year-old girl. So I start to employ these 3 escape strategies. The first of which is blatant lying. No, I'm not. That's ridiculous. Oh my God, yes you are. I am so Talentessa and Mr. Jeff. Okay, all right, now it's getting a little I don't need her to actually have proof. Like, all I need is for her to start this rumor, and then, because I'm not going to lie to Jeff, there's sins of omission, that's cool, but just blatant lying, I'm not gonna... Anyway, so I go to phase 2, direct threats. Like, go ahead, you can tell, okay, you come here. If you tell a word of this to anyone, and I mean fucking anyone, I'm going to your house, I'm going to kill your fucking kittens, okay? I knew it, ah ha ha ha, and I don't care, I don't even like cats. So now, she called my bluff, and I'm in a bit of a situation here. I don't know how to snuff this problem. This is really getting out of hand. I could lose my job, like things are going through my head. So I pulled out a Hail Mary, and phase 3, I decided to go all lawyer on her. Clara, you don't have any empirical evidence, and any conversational proof you have is hearsay, and therefore a testament to the ignorance of your argument, and also the inaccuracy of your accusations. So sue me. I'm going to get it. So running away with this Hannah Montana type grin, and I had no idea what to do. I was befuddled. I was like, sitting there. I had relinquished control of the situation to this overly intuitive poker prodigy, and just had to hope that my secret was safe with a 12-year-old girl, which is not where you want your secrets. So, and it was innocent at first, okay? She would just, I would pass, Stephanie would pass, or I would pass, she'd just give me a little, you just shut it down. And then it got a little worse. Like, by probably day 2, we're at lunch, and she comes up to me and says, Mr. Dustin, I don't have enough money to buy Dippin' Dots. Well, you should have thought of that before you ordered your second piece of pizza. Well, yeah, but see, when I don't get things that I want, sometimes I say things that I shouldn't know. Yeah, so you're with me on this, right? That little shit is blackmailing me. And a couple things went through my head. First, I thought, no way, okay? I'm taking a stand. There's no way, okay? Because I've seen movies. Where's this going to end? Am I buying a pony for her in a month? No, this could just, no, I'm taking a stand, not doing it. And then the second thing I thought is, we are doomed as men. Because a little 12-year-old boy would never do this. It's in their DNA, guys. Sorry. And then I was like, well, maybe if I just buy, yeah, I know. If maybe I just buy them, then I can, later on, I can be like, well, I have proof that she blackmailed me, and it was like a character thing, or maybe I was just being a pansy. But I bought them, and I said, you know what? I walked back to my office, and just disgusted with myself, guilty for what the hell have I just done? What have I gotten into? I'm letting this kid blackmail me. So I stood there and stared at that sexual harassment thing, staring back at me, being like, hey man, this ain't my fault. And I decided to come clean. I walked to Jeff's office, knocked on the door. Hey, excuse me, Mr. Jeff. You can call me Jeff. Okay. Jeff, I messed up. I was at a party. There was Purple Rain, and we were singing, and I didn't mean, and and it kind of happened. And he's like, okay, well, you're not supposed to. The harassment seminar, I know. Okay, well, who is it? And I'm like, well, it's Miss Stephanie, the lacrosse chick. Like, yeah, the lacrosse chick. He's like, you dog! All right, yeah! Hey, are you hitting that? I'm like, okay, so that went a lot better than I thought it was going to. And so my secret's out. I'm under this oppression, and I said, you know what? Tomorrow, I went up to Clara. I took $4 right from her as she was about to buy her lunch, and I bought myself some Dippin' Dots, ate them in front of her, and said, you know what? That's what you get for fucking with Big Brother. All right.